Alright, our recap for Wednesday. We had breakfast at the Mad Hatter. Delicious as ever.
Salmon.
And afterwards we went down to Westminster Bridge. Took lovely photos of Big Ben. The light was hitting it beautifully.
Yeah, Haley knew this one spot under the bridge.
Literally the best photo spot for Big Ben is to the left of the bridge as you're looking at Big Ben, but below. Far fewer people. One thing that was also notable was their COVID memorial wall.
Oh my gosh, that was gut-wrenching.
Yeah, it's one thing to hear about the number of people who died. It's another to see their names and their stories and
Like the family saying, "We miss you." Each one is a heart, and the wall literally extends as far as the wall can go, and it's just all these hearts.
it's also really striking because it's immediately opposite the side of the river of their parliament. So ideally government saw that every single day and was acting accordingly, and is still acting accordingly. So there's a lot of weight on that. Afterwards, we just walked around Westminster a little bit, took a few more photos, and made our way over to the London Transport Museum. London Transport Museum was on the London Pass, and it really just showed how transportation evolved over time throughout London.
Mm-hmm. Public transportation.
Sure.
Oh, well, yes.
Got to hop onto a couple of buses. It's very geared for kids.
Very good for kids. But, I mean, I enjoyed it. It's definitely neat to do. The Hidden London thing was fun. What a show.
Yeah, there was a special Hidden London exhibit about closed tube stations.
And then...
Fun gift shop, too.
And it was just really fun. And then, at the very end, we waited forever for a family to...
There's this one particular photo op where you can sit like you're the driver of a London bus, and with Phil's transit background,
And
I wanted that photo.
literally
And he wanted that photo.
license and,
But yeah, a very oblivious family invited their kids out. Well, the kids were already in there, and then they invited more kids in there, and then the mom went in there, saw we were waiting, said I'm sorry, and then invited more kids in there.
yeah, and then was like sitting with the one kid she felt didn't get enough time, and made sure he got special time in there. It's like, he's the favorite.
Yeah, you go.
And so it was like, just it's like they'd been in there for easily 20 minutes.
Yeah.
And we've been just standing there awkwardly like...
And like I had my phone out. Phil was waiting in the line by the bus. That everyone just kept running by him.
Yeah, the little kids just running in and out, in and out. They're like, oh, who's this? Oh, I don't care. Running out and playing the bus.
Yeah, it's not really presented like it's a children's museum, but it kind of is.
Yeah.
It was fun to visit, though. I mean, probably better during the school year when kids are in school.
Yeah.
But afterwards, we got a baklava ice cream sandwich.
So, a couple days ago, my phone had... But we were in Covent Gardens.
Covent Garden.
Covent Gardens. And my phone buzzed and said, reminder, ice cream sandwich, Covent Gardens. I was like, I set that alarm, and don't remember what it was for. I just remember ice cream sandwich. And so I told Haley, and Haley's like, I don't remember what ice cream sandwich that was. So we didn't have time that time. So now that we're over there, Haley went and looks it up. And
I literally just Googled Covent Garden ice cream sandwich, and it came up with the video that we had watched before. I think it was an Insider video.
Yeah.
And it was for that baklava ice cream sandwich, which was,
Fantastic.
I think, £7.95. Yeah, it was delicious. And unlike most Instagram foods, the line wasn't crazy.
There was no line.
Yeah, it was just us. We walked straight in, walked straight out.
And the woman was very helpful.
Yeah.
And she told us a little bit about...
Gave us recommendations on which ice cream to get. We ended up with getting the Iranian pistachio in the middle. So afterwards, we were starting to run out of time, so we made the executive decision to split up. I wanted to go to the Tower of London because I love Tower of London. And Phil decided to go to the HMS Belfast.
Well, he doesn't like the... Well,
I'm
she's
not big
into
into
it.
World War II.
And she's like, I've already done a battleship with you.
Yeah, we did the Missouri last year when we went to Hawaii.
And she's like, I'd love some more tower time if you're okay going alone. So.
And it ended up working out just fine. I spent about 2 hours at Tower of London, went to go see the Crown Jewels again, went to shopping, just really just had a nice relaxed time. Got some good raving shots.
Yeah, Belfast, I could have probably taken a full 2.5 hours doing it if you're really thorough. But, like, after a certain point, you're like, okay. Yeah, I get it. It's very similar corridors and stuff. And plus, a lot of it is actually turned into, like, organization space. Like, they had, like, a meetup. And so they had, like, part of it cordoned off so you couldn't go there. And so that was interesting. But it was, like, some type of corporate meeting where they had, like, one of the rooms was converted into a corporate
Business
meeting.
center.
Yeah, business center.
Probably they probably do weddings too.
Yeah, so that was cordoned off. That was a bit of it. And then I went down, I came back up, I was like, okay. And I was like, I've only been here for like an hour, 15, an hour 30. I was like, I'm gonna get some tea, and I see it on the menu, so cream tea. I was not gonna have that because Haley would kill me if I had cream tea without it. But I was like, a tea sounds good. So I had tea, went sat on the deck, because the deck had these isolated chairs where they were positioned in such a way that I felt comfortable taking my mask off for a second and take a drink. It wasn't like super crowded. It was like this one table was by itself, so I made
Yeah.
sure. Yeah.
Because who wants to drink a hot tea on top of a boat with no shade
Well,
in like 95-degree weather?
Most of the other tables were people eating ice cream because they did have ice cream.
Ice cream would make sense.
And so, yeah, I drink my tea. I have a photo of the tea with me, like toasting the Tower Bridge. I had a really nice, pleasant experience, and then we went to go meet up.
We met back up at the hotel,
Yeah.
and
Well, I was like, okay, she's across the bridge and her feet hurt. I'm just gonna take the bus over there. So I take the bus over there, and I look at my GPS, and she's going the other way. She had decided to.
I was walking because I'm a crazy person.
Yeah. And I was
I only made it as far as London Bridge, though.
And then she took the bus, and then I ended up taking the bus to the tube, and then took the tube, and we met up at the hotel.
At the hotel, we ended up eating dinner at the Mad Hatter, which is where we're staying. We got burgers. Well, I got a burger. What did you get?
Club sandwich.
It was very tasty. And the nice thing is they don't specifically say that they do room service, but if you ask, hey, can I eat in my room? They'll bring it up to you.
They don't do takeout at all. The only time when I went up there, I was like, can I do takeout? And she's like, oh, we don't do takeout. And I was like, you eat to the room? And she's like, oh, we do that. I was like,
Yeah. Which makes it nice because a lot of the times our feet are hurting. But we had our lovely dinner, and then we walked over to the Globe. We had tickets to see King Lear. Now, my caveat is, when I bought these tickets in 2020, they were for Much Ado About Nothing, because I had just finished up a production of it myself. And I was like, oh, that's going to be awesome. And then last year we rebooked, I don't even remember what we rebooked it for. But this year, the only show that we had the option of seeing was King Lear. And King Lear is not one that we are familiar with. Normally we like to go to shows and not know what the story is. However, that was a mistake. Now, we were seated in the gentlemen's boxes, which were directly next to the stage, and I am a major fan of those gentlemen's boxes. However, the front row. We were in the back row, which were these elevated stools, and
I was having,
it was not very comfortable, even though I did rent the cushion.
yeah, the front seat would have been much more comfortable. But yeah,
The actors were incredible.
they're very, like, they had really, very, very well done production.
They were interacting with the audience.
Oh, that was so fun. Like, it felt like as close as you're going to get to original Shakespeare. It really felt like a magical kind of connection to the past. Like, this idea of...
Plus, it rained in the middle for a little bit, so that was crazy to see.
I think a historical audience probably would have been more rowdy,
Yes.
but, I mean...
With all that being said, we did leave it at the interval.
We
We were completely lost.
I was like, I was like, I'm not tracking. I tracked probably the first 15 minutes, and then I just lost what was going on.
And then I typed it up on my phone and I showed it to him, so he got back up. But that first act was about an hour and a half long, and I lost it after about an hour.
And
If you're going to a play that you're not familiar with,
for Shakespeare.
yeah, for Shakespeare, read it. read it before you go, because
Or at least the synopsis.
we were completely lost to the point where it wasn't enjoyable. And when you combine the uncomfortable seats with not really being able to follow the plot,
And it was warm because the box seat
it was
doesn't
super
get a good,
humid.
yeah, it doesn't get a breeze. They get a breeze every once in a while, but it was like super windy, but it wasn't windy in the box.
Yeah.
So we were like, Haley turns to me and she's like, "Are you enjoying yourself?" And I was like, "Yes."
He thought that I was super into it.
Yeah, like she was like, she could have fooled me because she was just like
I
paying
was trying-
attention. And
I was trying to understand what was going on. And I mean, I'm an intelligent person. I know a fair amount about Shakespeare. But what I forgot was that I don't really like Shakespeare outside of Hamlet and Much Ado About Nothing. Those are really... I also like Midsummer. But that's pretty much it. So we came back to the room. And I think that's the earliest we got back to the room this whole trip. And that was still at like 9:45, 10-ish.
yeah, we walked straight back.
Oh, on the way back, I stopped at the little Waitrose across the street and got us some sandwiches and snacks, and we just relaxed in the room.